Hi, so happy to finally write a new chapter and share it. Yes, it's been a long time. There is a reason, and I'll hint at it. For now, though, let's jump into the story. This in-between story all started because I needed landscaping supplies, so we follow this plan. We need a great many flowers and a bountiful harvest. But after saying that, I panicked because I had nowhere to store that bountiful harvest. Just like my other storage locations, this one will also become a shop. Then I can set up a display of all the pretty little flowers. With an initial goal set, we can start our journey. The start of building the florist shop. Let's pause for a moment. Video, you can keep going. We need to name the florist shop because I'm sick of calling it something generic. Greenleaf? Nah, too close to my name. We need something with color and vibrance. Ooh, yeah, let's call it Breezy Pestel. Now, where were we? Yeah. The start of building Breezy Pestel was not the first thing that I did. It is the most important though. That is why you're seeing it built at this moment, rapidly becoming a new building in the town. The building needed a clean look with a nature feel. That way, when the flowers are viewed, they look vibrant. I tried a few different types of white color building materials, including bone block, which is what this shop is made from. It wasn't until I misplaced a bone block and realized I can make them resemble a white brick color that I chose it. Keeping it plain to not distract from the produce on display, but having a subtle texture so it's not boring. There are two sides which will just remain flat and plain because there will be adjoining buildings on either side of Breezy Pestel, thinking a cafe on one side and the other one not sure yet. The last section that is undone is the section where the walls meet the tip of the roof. To be honest, I completely forgot about this section until I finished the entirety of the shop. As the building completes, I'll just hint at the big project. Remember the promise I made to that village where the topographer sold me the map to the trial chambers? That is the first hint. Now that Breezy Pestel has been seen completed, let's go on a big adventure and collect the produce of the shop. Some floral bits I have already gathered and I put them into the chest. Included in those chests is a coral and fan coral. Those I got from far off lands near the desert and mesa plateaus. While there, I noticed that I don't need to mine every single bit of coral. I learned that I could bone meal the ground underwater and get the coral. This will save me a ton of time because I can then make a coral farm. Before leaving this area, I went for a fly around and found that there was a whole massive mesa biome. This is great find because I've been slowly going through the plateaus and was getting sick of just mining those single layers each time. Now, we're back here. Still, the flower shop isn't built, but it's time to go on an adventure and see what we might find. The goal is to find tulips mainly. Ideally, we find a flower forest because then we can get all the other ones, and alliums. We will also collect all the other flowers we see, so let's just start. Not too long into the trip, some lilacs. This is an easy one to get because we can easily farm them with bone meal. No need to mark the area. Time to find the next area. Finally, I've been flying for ages. Now we see some tulips. Not very many, but in this chunk we should be able to bone meal the ground and get more. So let's mark this area to save it in case we need to build a farm. I am still hoping to find a flower forest biome. That would be the best place for farming the flowers. With tulips collected, we can go home to see what flowers we're missing. I know we don't have blue orchids, but those are in a swamp. And we'll also collect mushrooms there. I know they're not flowers, but Breezy Pestel can do with stocking all the other organic plant life too. One-stop shop. I am here at the swamp, and I can collect 3 of the needed organics, plucking the flowers right from the ground, and I can get the mushroom and pick up the drops. Since we're all the way out here and we have not explored outwards from this point, let's go out and see if there is a flower forest around this area, or even some sunflowers. Been out for a lot longer now. Still no additional flowers. We're digging up this shit because I got bored and wanted something different to do. I'm also hoping to find a heart of the sea. This is for a way in the future project, but since we're here, let's see if this buried treasure map brings us to a heart of the sea. Yes, it does. That's perfect. Okay, keep going. Ooh, brown wolves. I have not seen any of your type before. No bone. Is there a cave nearby that I can go hunting for some skeletons? Yes, here we are. Okay, good. So, no skeletons and no bones. I have exhausted a cave, and I have 2 stacks of iron in my inventory, which is nice. Go hunting above ground. 1 dead skelly, 1 more dead skelly. That should be enough. Let's get some new doggo friends. Oh, you love me. Thank you so much. And how about you? Do you want to be my companion and follow me home? Okay, let's leave before we get caught up in fighting every monster here. Okay, thanks for following me. Now let's land here and they should follow me. Now let's land here and they should follow me. And I can heal up. Nope. I am dead. And I spawn at spawn. Well, that's the way home. And that's the way in the direction of my dogs and my stuff. If I travel in that direction, then as soon as I'm near my dogs, they will teleport to me. Then all I have to do is find that hill that I died on. Should be easy as pie. The trip is probably around 1,500 blocks away, so maybe we can find the biomes that we need on the way there. And also a nice trip on the ground is fun. Traveling through the spruce forest makes me also remember that I need to get berry bushes and ferns for Breezy Pestel. And grass would also be a good idea to have stored in the shop, just for stock, just in case one day we might need it. Hello, my newest friends. Certainly showing your loyalty to me. Thanks for coming. Now just to find that hill we might need. Well, there are a few hills in the area. We will just need to hurry and try scout them out. Nope, not this hill. I need to find that little cliff-looking thingy with that tree that I hit. Time to go to the next one. Time is ticking because I don't want my stuff to go all away. I checked a few hills, but now that I'm coming up to this one, I definitely think it's correct. I recognize a little bit of cliff edge there around the edge of this hill. I think I see some XP orbs. And yes, that's my stuff. Good. Time to gear up and decide which way home. I think we'll head to spawn and then go to the nether. With the dogs, I don't think I will head to the nether. I don't have a safe path home. Instead, I will travel the same direction we traveled in chapter 1, except now through the air. While flying, I was thinking about chapter 1, and we made a journey all the way to our now home through the wilderness. Here we are again, making the same journey. I see a potential grand project. What we can do is slowly, through a few random chapters, make a path from spawn all the way home, and then set waypoints so that if we were walking the path, we have enough inns on the path to never need to sleep in the dark. Probably around 4 to 5 inns. Also, we can zigzag the path to connect to as many villages as possible. Also, at every village and inn, we can set portals that connect to the main path home from inside the nether. Hey, little guys, you want to join my dogs on our trip home? Yeah? Hello then, new friends. Our dog family is growing, and we have 2 friends at home, and now a few more are coming with us from here. We need to find a special home for you all. These bluish winter dogs are probably my favorite color fur. There is a reason for that. They remind me of the wolf in another world that was a dear friend to me. We are finally home with new friends and had a great adventure, but we still don't have those extra flowers that we have been looking for. To be completely frank, I am a bit sick of exploring, so let's take the time to do the interior. I will snap my fingers, then show you the progress when I'm done. Done. Okay, let's take a tour. We will start from the sides and I will mimic my thought process of decorating. This stretch of sidewalk is shorter, so the idea is that they will see the shop, and if they want to go in, then they go straight in. But for those passing by, I want to give a bit more opportunity to go in. So here is the next opening, a bit bigger, so you can go in to check if you're keen or just browse. But that is not the main opening. The main opening is here, nice and open, ready to pull you in. Also, an easy place to peruse and not feel like you're in someone's way if all you are interested in is looking. Coming from the other side, you have a long stretch of sidewalk to decide where you're going. So the main entrance is open closer to you on the side. And at the front of Breezy Pestel, you can see as you walk the boardwalk and have the option to sneak into any of the three entrances. All around here, we have flowers and the floral on display. Some of the floral has the storage of those items right by the display, ready for pickup. Others, like these two tall flowers, the storage for them is hidden under these trapdoors so that you're not distracted by the storage. Skipping the front entrance for now, back entrance, here we have on display the coral. Each color has their own barrel for storage. Then a nature themed display is where I put some of the more miscellaneous items. Near the counter, I added a barrel where we can store extra accessories to the flowers, like flower pots and special dirt. There's other bits here, but let's hop upstairs. Upstairs, we have the three dimensions on display, the nether, and its two special biomes with their floral, and the plants from the end. And then, for the overworld, a moss section. On the balcony in the corner, I snuck the water plants barrel, and then the balcony leads to a ladder down. We also have a back entrance on the top of the hill here. I am suspecting that this will be a back alley sometime way in the future. Looking down, we can see the farming plants and a wagon carrying its plants. Now we can move through the main entrance outside, and you can see the rest of the plants we have on display. Just note that all the plants storage is still empty, so let's try and fill it. But yes, we need to try one more time to seek the flower forest. I wish topographers sold maps to biomes like they sell to find structures. I'll not bore you with this flight, but will tune in when I find something. This is an interesting little valley thingy bopper. I know it's not a valley. I'm not sure on what the real name is for it, but look, there is alliums. Finally, I found a flower forest. It's a tiny little thing though. Hopefully this is just a little tease and the main biome will come soon. If not, I guess this will have to do to get the alliums farmed. Up and out of here we go. I love flying in and out around the natural world, zigzagging. Oh, the plains biome with sunflowers. That completes the two tall flower collection, and for those plants, just a simple farm of bone meal with a dispenser will work. Whoa, look at this whole big, massive flower forest biome. Okay, not gonna lie, I'm a bit embarrassed. I maybe set up a few locations that would work for a good flower forest farm, then gave up and looked again, found another great spot, then I left it too to try and find another spot. Anyways, I did eventually find this spot, which is still not perfect, but it has the most flowers in a little area. And it's also near the line of 0, 0. That way I can make a nice straight path to the portal line in the nether. Anyways, I think the best way to make this farm is just to speed to the end. And yes, we are done the first section of this farm. I just loaded the bone meal into the dispensers. And now flick of the lever, I will quickly harvest a bountiful reward of hundreds of flowers. Great, ran out of bone meal. I will make the second section of this farm and decide what to do about the bone meal problem. Finished, and now this farm works just as good as the other one, but half the size. It is because I am not trying to trigger any specific flower growing pattern in this biome. For the bone meal problem, I am going to make a moss bone meal farm. Hoping it does not take too long, although I have never made one of these farms before. I know I will need to bone meal a moss block, then it will spread to the stone and pistons can auto harvest it by pushing it. I am done, and I have stood in this hole for a bit. I should have enough bone meal to go and do a good run of both farms and fill up a few shulker boxes of flowers that I can take home. You might think, hold up, I haven't seen you build this farm. Well, that's because I took way too long to make it, and I am not going to bore myself with explaining all my flaws again. I really don't want to record that adventure of pain. Best bet is to find an actual redstone engineer and listen to their simple explanation of how a farm like this should work. With a quick flip of this lever, and a few seconds later, we have more flowers than we know what to do with. Well, just for this single project. Coming up. In truth, you can't have too many flowers. They will always come in for a use, even if it's just dye that you are looking for. The second farm is the same, and we have enough flowers to fulfill the mission that we set out to do at the beginning of this chapter. Except for the missing coral farm, and I think blue orchids. As far as lilies of the valley, they can't be farmed, so we'll just need to explore and harvest them at need. I once again traveled a long trek out to the warm biomes. This is to make a coral farm. I had the idea to make a farm similar to the flower farm, but it does not seem to work. I think I need to manually harvest a coral. That leaves me with an idea to use a bouncing minecart. Give me a quick moment and let's see if it will work. It seems to work great. And the coral can also float to the top of the water, then wash around and down to the shulker box collection chamber. The blue orchid farm is done the exact same way as the other flower farms. For reference to this world, it is near the Froglight Farm portal and the Powdered Snow Farm. We're back home, and everything is put away and ready to be used for any project. Although, the next project, we need them right away for landscaping because we have some houses that need a bit of extra exterior decorating. I'm happy with the success of this chapter's progress, but I can't help feeling like I left a lot of work that needs completing. With all the farms in a plain and boring looking state, they all need a nice facelift. It just adds more work that needs to be done in this world. Lots to do, and many projects will keep us busy for a long time. That's all for today, so have a good one, and goodbye.